YouTube, what's the vibes? Y'all see what we got? We got that court clash. Jordan Poole crowned as 2024 Shaqtin a full MVP. Now, it makes sense, but we're gonna get straight into it. Jordan Poole has been forfeiting. Has been playing all year.
There's a new MVP in Washington, D.C.,
Just
and we're
been
not talking about the
doing
regular season
foolishness.
All-Star or Finals MVP. After a successful stint with the Golden State Warriors in his first 4 seasons in the NBA, Jordan Poole is now in the position to become the
Traded.
Washington Wizards MVP.
The Shaqtin.
We're talking about the Shaqtin MVP because the entire season has been a comedy of errors
He
for
been
the player
doing
who
BS.
was once regarded as the future of the Warriors dynasty. But Poole has been on a downward spiral that's
just
gotten
be
people
doing
wondering
shit.
what happened to the rising guard. Poole's performances in Washington have been nothing short of embarrassing, but let's look at the events that led to his sudden and unexpected downfall. Jordan Poole once had it all in the Bay Area. He entered the league in 2019 when the Golden State Warriors needed offense while Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson were injured in the post-Kevin Durant era. Poole had a unique air of confidence surrounding him because he knew how to take over games and create shots off the dribble. It didn't take long for him to showcase his unique combination of ball handling skills and shooting as he became an important piece in the Warriors' run during the 2021-22 season.
He got a ring.
Poole became a legitimate bucket getter for the Warriors
that's
in
more
just
than
3
life stars.
seasons in the NBA. Whether playing on the starting lineup or off the bench, he knew how to get buckets off the dribble and off the catch. He played
He's a
extremely
streaky.
well off Curry and Thompson. Whenever either or both of those players were on the bench, Poole knew how to take over the offense to generate points for the Warriors. Whenever he was
hot and
hot and
cold.
motivated, he looked like the second coming of Stephen Curry. It was a pool party for the man who knew
He like a microwave. Like it'll heat up fast, but sometimes the middle still be cold, bro. It still be cold, bro.
how to make a splash with his offense. As a third-year player at 22, Jordan Poole averaged 18.5 points while shooting 36.4% from the field. He was at the
That's
level of a
not
star,
great
but his shooting
efficiency.
and shot creation abilities were there.
36% from the
All
field.
he needed to do was mature enough to become a legitimate first or second option on offense for any team in the league.
It's a pool party. It's a pool
But he proved
party.
himself a rising star during the
pool party.
2022 playoffs when he averaged 17 points on more than 50% shooting from the field off the bench. Poole's
See,
electric
that's-
and timely
that's
offense
great
was one of the
efficiency.
reasons why the Warriors won the 2022 championship. He was hitting clutch shots
He
with
was
his
going
long-range
crazy.
shooting and was a legitimate threat that opposing defenses needed to keep an eye on at all times. Poole's presence also gave Curry and Thompson open looks, making it easier for them to perform at their best
Hey.
to win the dynasty's 4th championship in the Steph era in Golden State. But things started going south for him and the Warriors during the 2022 offseason. Up for a huge contract extension,
You about to
Poole
get a
and teammate
bag.
Draymond Green had a
That boy got
altercation
punched.
during a team practice
That boy
when Green punched
donkey
the young
punched
guard.
him.
The rumor was that they were
Donkey.
talking trash about their future contracts with the
Donkey.
team. After all, Poole was a rising star, whereas Green
Draymond
was
old as
already
hell.
declining due to his age.
Donkey.
True enough, Poole secured the bag when he got a 4-year contract worth $123 million.
I don't know if they
The
should
Warriors
have
thought
that's
that
kind
he
of
would be the team's
inflated.
future.
Yeah, well, that was inflated a little bit. That gave him a
Especially
little
with Curry
bit
and
too
Thompson
much.
aging deeper into their 30s. But all the money couldn't fix the problems between him and Green.
Damn.
Draymond did indeed apologize for punching his teammate.
But did it
However, there was a
subside?
clear lack of
But did it
communication and
subside?
chemistry between them whenever they were on the floor.
Oh,
Poole
okay.
also started doing
So
too
it
much
did
for
not.
the Warriors by attempting
He had too
inefficient
much
shots.
dip on his
He
chip.
was waving teammates off, resulting in bad possessions and even
He thought he was
turnovers.
Curry.
The Poole party
You better
was
pass
a
the ball to
flop.
Curry.
Despite him averaging 20.4
You not
points
him,
and
bruh.
4.5 assists during the 2022-23 season, but he was embarrassing in the playoffs and averaged 10.3 points on 34.1% shooting from the field.
Terrible efficiency.
His problems with Green and his poor and unmotivated performances in the
Got
playoffs
him
spelled the
booted.
end of Poole's run with the Warriors. The
They
front
got
office might have
Christopher.
given him the benefit of the doubt when he was offered a huge contract extension, but he has done nothing to justify
he
the
ain't did
ridiculous sum of
Nathaniel.
money he's been making. In the hopes of rectifying their mistake of giving Poole a bad contract, the Warriors traded him to the Washington Wizards, who thought they could rebuild with
that
Poole
boy
as one of the
Rajon
team's
Rondo.
centerpieces. It makes sense for a team to think that Jordan Poole could be a future star. After all, he performed incredibly
Traded for
well
that
for the
boy
Warriors as
Rajon
a third
Rondo.
or even fourth option on offense for 2 straight seasons.
If you know,
He
you
also
know.
had a good combination of ball handling, playmaking, and shot creation skills that only the best offensive players in the league have.
Launches.
But what the Wizards didn't expect is that they were getting an unmotivated player whose confidence and
dumpster
ego
fire.
had become too overblown. As a member of the Wizards, Poole hasn't been helping the team
He
out of the
ain't been
lottery at
doing-
all. He takes bad shots, alienates
He ain't
teammates,
been doing
attempts to get into the
Nathaniel.
highlight reel, and turns
Smack
the ball
it.
over.
You
Shots,
think
alienates
Gordon set him
teammates,
down?
attempts to get into
Look
the
at him, he
highlight
said,
reel,
"Get that out
and
of here,
turns the ball
little
over.
dude."
He had the ultimate green light early on, but has been
Now it's
involved in
trash.
boneheaded plays every week. If Poole wasn't turning the ball
You
over
thought
with
the time was
ridiculously
gonna
bad
stop?
dribble moves,
Goof
he
ass.
casually takes the worst attempts
Pass.
without a care in the world.
Pass the
Earlier
ball.
this season, he took an ill-advised three-pointer over the 7'3" Kristaps Porzingis
the
and got
ball.
blocked. Not long after that, he dismissed a Detroit Pistons defender with his dribble move,
Oh.
but opted to stare his opponent down before taking a bad shot that got blocked by Asar Thompson. The
That's
money
why
may
he
have been
smacked
pouring
those
in for
shit.
Poole,
Oh,
but the
no
basketball
diddy, no
IQ has
diddy.
been leaking out.
Whoa, that's got it crazy.
Obvious bounce pass.
Hey, that was
While
tough,
people
though.
saw Green as the villain for punching
That
him
was a
almost
tough
2
play.
years ago, Poole has been steadily making people understand why Draymond even punched him. Every fan in Washington probably wants to punch him as well. The countless turnovers and dumb plays have made Jordan Poole a fixture in Shaqtin' a
you
Fool.
doing?
Getting featured once in Shaqtin' is already bad enough. But repeatedly
That
making
boy
it to the
be in
weekly
there
list
every
in only
week.
one season is
Every week he
ridiculous.
be in there.
It's bordering the JaVale McGee territory
Hey.
of Shaqtin' a Fool accomplishments.
they had to stop putting JaVale McGee on there, bro. He was doing so
Poole
much
will
shit, bro.
likely
He got
end the
mad.
season as the
He
undisputed
was on there
Shaqtin' a
so
Fool
much. He got
MVP.
mad. He had like
at least
3
he's going to win
MVPs,
something at the end of the
bruh.
season because the Wizards have been horrible with Poole as the team's first option on offense. Poole's foolish decisions
You
and
really
bad
thought he was
plays have
trash
made
for
him
that.
the
He was actually
ultimate tank
good. He just be
contender,
doing
as
dumb
most
stuff
internet fans
sometimes.
call him. And the Wizards probably don't care about him making dumb decisions on a nightly basis because they need him to lead the team to one of the top picks in the upcoming draft. But while it may be true that the Wizards are now
Hey.
tanking for the future, with Poole leading the way for them, this man's poor performances just don't justify the money he's making. He's averaging inefficient numbers of 15.8 points on 39.6%
Bro,
from
don't
the
even-
field while making
Bro,
more than
average
$30 million a
16.
year. 6% from the field while making more than
$30
$30
million
a year.
for 16 points a game.
Throw it up. That's his 11th rebound. Poole, count the bucket and one.
And recently, the Wizards have had enough of him and decided to play him off the bench. So,
They
how did
benched-
they get to this point?
Dang,
The first thing that
Poole
stands
got
out about him
benched,
is that he
bruh.
lacks motivation.
He's
Jordan
so
Poole doesn't
hot
seem
garbage.
to be happy in Washington,
Garbage.
which shows in his facial expressions and body language. After winning a championship in Golden State, moving to a rebuilding team near the bottom of the standings may have affected
You
his
could have been
motivation
the
to win
man, though,
games or
bruh.
perform well. And after getting guaranteed $120 million for 4 years, he has no incentive
could have
to
been a
work
man
hard to
in
make money.
DC,
Then
bruh.
there's the possibility that he's always been the same player, but was able to hide behind Curry and Thompson in Golden State. With the best Warriors players attracting defense and making life easy for him to generate offense,
Hey,
life was
that was a
easy for
tough
Poole in the Bay
delay,
Area.
delay.
As long as defenses were too focused on the Splash Brothers in the Warriors system, Poole only had to ensure
That's
his
it.
shots were falling.
That's a tough move.
Finally,
That's a tough
it's also
move.
possible that Draymond Green punched all the common sense and basketball IQ out of Poole's head,
Dang.
but that seems unlikely. Overall, Poole's stint in Washington is nothing short of forgettable because he's been getting exposed.
bro. That joint is try. Big
In
try.
Washington is nothing short of forgettable because he's been getting exposed for his poor shot selection and inability to
fuck with
motivate
Cruz, though.
himself.
Shout out
From the
Cruz.
looks of things, he's always going to be a liability on any team because he doesn't seem to have the competitive fire that a franchise needs from a star. Jordan Poole is still young and can turn his life around if he wants
He gotta
to.
get right,
After all,
bruh.
there's always a good
gotta
chance
lock
he
in.
will lose his $123 million contract. It's also very likely that no team would be willing to give him another good contract at the end of his current one.
Yeah, you gotta lock in, bro. Cause if it go like this, nobody's gonna give you another contract, even half that.
He's talented.
Hey, W video, like if you like it, dislike if you dislike it, comment, subscribe, push the noti bell, all that good stuff on the way out, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.